Okay, so I'll just lead off here. You're very welcome. This is a co-creation with my dear friend MEDYHNE, and I was just saying she's responsible for three-fourths of the faces on the screen, and I'm very grateful for all of you to take time and put your energies and your intention here. The title, as I said a moment ago, is "Vote for Love," and the idea is co-creating divine government. And this is also an inspiration from one of my teachers, which you may know of, Patricia Cota-Robles, who has a beautiful prayer here about divine government, which I'll put in the mix at some point. We have 90 minutes, so we'll use all of that, I think. But it's great to get started. MEDYHNE, let me pass to you and invite you to say a few words as well.
Well, thank you so much, Lou. It's wonderful to join with you to put this together. Thank you for everything that you do. You're an amazing influencer and way shower on the planet. So thank you, first of all, to you. And I'd like to just welcome all the esteemed guests. You know, we have an amazing array of souls here who are doing incredible work on the planet, and really, really appreciate your time and your energy to be here at this really crucial moment, actually, for the planet, just prior to the US elections. And what I'd love to do is to just talk about what is happening on the planet at the moment, just sort of a brief rundown, what people are picking up, their perspectives, and then talking about how, as Lou said, we can co-create divine government. What is divine government and how do we get there from this point? And if we can work together to bring inspiration and hope to people out there who perhaps are feeling that it's a moment in time that is for them very chaotic and intense, and to just help people to visualize what we're wanting to get to. I think that that's a really key message to give to people at the moment. So I'd like to just give a bit of a rundown to some of the people here that I've invited. We have IOANNIS and MELINA from Greece here. Two amazing activists, freedom fighters. They are doing incredible work on the planet to raise awareness. IOANNIS has done a lot in the legal system and had some amazing wins, actually, for the collective. And MELINA also as well, and she's an incredible artist too. So I just want from an artist to an artist, it's wonderful to have you here.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. So it'll be wonderful to hear both your perspectives today, and also representing Greece. We have Elizabeth HUXTABLE here, who is an Australian, but she's based in Malaysia, and she is an author, a wonderful author, and she is also a spiritual teacher, wayshower, and a sound healer. So it'll be fabulous to have Elizabeth's perspective. We have Dr. Neophytos. I'm sorry, I'm not good with the pronunciation there. Neophytos, and but yeah. Neo, he's happy to be called Neo. Neo. And he's a colleague of IOANNIS's and based in Cyprus, and it's really wonderful to have you here. Thank you so much. And of course, we have the incredible Dr. Alex Ling, who is all over the planet at the moment. Everyone's interviewing him. And he is a researcher and physicist with a doctorate degree in functional medicine. And Alex is doing the most amazing, I'm running out of adjectives here, but he's doing the most amazing work with water around the planet. So his quest is to find water sources in Indigenous communities and all around, and work towards purifying the water. He has his own water company called AQUAN, and he is creating this wonderful thing, which I'm going to be part of, which is getting water ambassadors around the world to work on being guardians of and purifying water sources. And also he has a kit so people can test their water, see where it's at, and then work towards being able to change the structure of the water, bringing it back to its divine original blueprint of perfection, which is So incredible. So thank you for being here, Alex. I know you're incredibly busy. I appreciate your time. And he's also a dear friend too. So,
yeah.
And
yes, thank you for having me here. So appreciate it.
Very welcome. It's lovely to have you here. So Lou, did you want to just give an introduction to the wonderful Henrietta and all your other friends here?
Gladly. Thank you so much. Okay, and here's our buddy Mandy popping in right now. Divine timing.
Lovely.
Well, yeah, I mean, Alex, I just want to say thank you again for all that you're doing. I'm really excited to learn more about your work and see how we can all work together here. So we just had my new friend Michael from Florida. Michael, I have to give you first place because I know you've been out there on the leading edge, my friend, and we're so glad for your time. Do you want to just say hello to the folks and why I've invited you?
Sure. I just want to make sure you guys can hear me clearly because I just jumped on real fast. Am I clearly heard?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. So first of all, thank you, Lou, and thank you for this wonderful, momentous event. I just came back from Florida. As many of you know, that myself and many light workers around the world just came through as a very powerful team of light to really help dissolve the hurricane, but really showed a greater force of what happens when I feel many of us are following this clarion call to bring forth our greatest love, our greatest light through our divine faith and our divine prayers in such a magnificent time of our human awakening and evolution. And so I'm with my beloved who's on a phone call right now as Ascension Alchemists, and our whole mission here is to help assist humanity to its divinity through the power of divine love. And so I feel we're all in different areas throughout the world seeding this great energy. And ironically, we've been brought back to our home area of the DC metropolitan area to really seed a greater amount of light and love, specifically this Sunday on Election of Peace that we're being called to the Washington Monument. That is one of the greatest stargates and portals of light that we're going to really anchor that for the world. So thank you, Lou, and thank you for everyone on this call. It is a blessing that I feel that we're all here together at this divine time to unite and really bring forth this greatest opportunity to come together.
Thank you, Michael. Bless your heart. Well,
thank you, Lou.
You're very welcome. That's a little taste of Brother Michael here. We'll talk more about the miracle of Milton and how you and thousands of others stood down a Category 6 and turned it into a miracle which didn't destroy the state of Florida, thank God. And it was just one of the most amazing things I've ever seen. So I just feel, Michael, like you're being here and all of us gathering together. You know, we're all hearing the call from the Almighty to create great work together. So it's a joy. Thank you. Thank you.
It's a blessing. Thank you, Lou. And thank you for everyone on this call. Many blessings.
Pleasure. Well, all right. So Mandy's here and I want to give you a chance. Maybe we'll just let you all introduce yourselves and go to Mandy or, go on, Mandy. Henrietta, I'm saving you.
Hi, Lou. Hi, everybody.
Hi.
Thanks for the invite. And oh my goodness, what an amazing opportunity we have here in coming together in this way. And I had the great opportunity to speak with Lou and MEDYHNE about this the other day, and we did a little live and trying to get the word out there a bit. It was lovely, but great opportunity and a very, I think, great idea for sure. You know, there's always an opportunity to work energetically, and often it goes more into the mental, doesn't it, with a lot, and the energetic work doesn't actually get done. And that's so it's lovely to see this happening and be part of that. So thank you for your invite.
Thank you, Mandy. Thank you so much. Yeah, Mandy's really gifted and she's been wide awake her whole life and she's a new friend, and it all just came together like MEDYHNE and my connecting a week ago with this idea. 2 days ago, Mandy and I were meant to talk and MEDYHNE and I were about to talk. I said, well, why don't the three of us just get on? And they both said yes. And we had this great interview and it was seen by 1,400 people so far. So again, the signs are everywhere. So Henrietta and Anton, let me come to you, my friends. Henrietta, let's give you a chance to to check in with everyone and share your wisdom.
Hi everyone, thank you. I'm just so honored to be here with you all. I can just feel the beautiful energy and unification of all of our beings and souls coming together, and that's why I said yes. I didn't know why, I didn't know what I was going to say. I just felt the importance of energetically connecting with you all at this time. It's, yeah, deeply warming to my heart. I feel you all. I am an emissary of sacred leadership, and to me that means it's so much, it's so big, but at the same time it's so simple. It's really about recognizing and remembering our place within the cosmos, our connection with heaven and earth through our physical beings. So I've just written a book, it's coming up to the 1-year anniversary, called The Sacred Marriage, and it parallels my love story as well, but also the journey of marrying the physical and spiritual aspects of ourselves. So I feel like divine government and the topic that we're going to be speaking on today is really about embodiment, and it's about bringing those spiritual aspects into our physical more and more, so that then we can actually anchor true divine government.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. And Anton, you've never been at a loss for words that I've found so far, my friend. So let's hear from you. Go ahead.
All right. So I met Lou, what was it, man? 3 months ago? Was it?
Yes.
Yeah, and yeah, we met through a mutual friend of mine, Ian Morris. And Lou and I definitely had an instantaneous connection, I would say. And we've done a podcast together, and where I usually come, my area, I would say, of growing expertise would be the areas of human design and gene keys. And one thing that, when I think about the world, future governments, and yeah, just this new world that we're creating, I generally think of it through that lens of these archetypes and all of these individual roles that we're here to embody. And so, yeah, I'm excited to see what this leads to.
Beautiful. Thank you, brother. Thank you. Well, yeah, Annie Taylor, do you want to say hello to the folks?
Yes, thank you. Hi, I'm here in San Diego, and I'm so excited to hear from everyone. I felt the energies today were really strong. And
Annie, can you turn your video on? Is it possible to turn your video on?
I don't know. I'm trying, but I can't seem to get it. So anyway, okay. I'm here. I have my flannel shirt on. It's getting cool. It's getting fall. But anyway, yeah, I'll figure that out later. But yes, I'm so excited to hear from you all. And it is, the energies are, as I said, just, they feel much better today than yesterday. I think that when the full moon actually came in, I did feel the shift. So
the new moon, honey.
The new moon.
Yeah.
And I think, it's just changed things. So yeah, I'm excited. Thank you.
Thank you. Annie's my dear friend, and she sees fairies and talks to the garden, and she's a full-blown mystic, and she's come along very nicely, and I'm happy she's here with us today. So thanks, Annie.
Thank you. Thanks.
So Medina, who else would we like to hear from? I'll leave you with your group.
Well, perhaps we could start with Giannis and Melina. So Giannis, let us hear from you. What's your perspective at the minute, how things are going, and what would you like to share?
Thank you very much, first of all, about coming again in your show. Thank you for the invitation, and it's very nice.
Can I just ask you maybe to turn your mic up a little bit, Giannis? It's a little bit soft.
It's okay. Yes, okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much about the invitation again in your show.
Thank you.
With all of them wonderful people here around the world, and my perspective about the elections. Everything, I think, will be very good. Everything here is in a divine schedule, because we see very good things and amazing things, and we don't have to worry about it. Everything is at God's hands, like we can say.
Okay. We'll go with that. I love your background.
Yes, yes. We have many how to say we have many things to discuss about what were the plans from the deep state, but everything will change in till the last time. We had the Balfour Treaty, and that ends before 1 year, and declared Balfour Declaration. They try to steal our lives, and you know, there are many things, but everything changed at last time, and we think that we're free, and we need at last time to fight a little bit, just to see the real freedom that is in the way, something like that.
Okay.
That's my feeling.
Yes. Well, this is the beginning of a conversation, absolutely, and I'm so glad you're here and sharing your perspective with us. Beautiful. You know, the democracy started in Greece, of course, the home of democracy, and we're still working on it. You know, yeah. I like the line where Churchill said it's the worst form of government except for all the others. You know, that still sits to my mind for whatever it's worth. But okay, well, thank you.
And I will say too, Yannis was also integral in creating this, because he was also recommended we do a global sort of roundtable forum. So thank you, Yannis, also for your input there. It was partially due to you as well that we put it together. So thank you. It was wonderful.
Yeah.
So perhaps we'll hear from MELINA now as well. MELINA?
Yeah, hello. So I just jumped in here. I didn't really think about what I was going to say, but I listened to your video, Lou, MEDYHNE, and MANDY. So I watched it, and I liked it very much. Yeah. So the subject is divine government. If we will have a divine government in the future, and how far it is, if I get it right. So my opinion on that is that we will have a divine form of administration. I'm very sure of it, because of what I've gotten through prayer throughout the last decades. This is going to happen. So the good thing is that there is divine intervention already, and there are angels here already, and we do have help. So that's a good part. How long it takes, nobody knows, and it depends really a lot on us. The sooner we become aware of who we really are as humanity, as human beings, who we really are, and what potential we have, and that we are divine.
Yes. The
sooner we become aware of that, the quicker the evolvement will go, and everything will actually fall into place without struggling, because it's a divine plan. This is God's plan. And we were never supposed to be in shackles, in slavery, and live this way, or pay for, in order to live on a planet we were born on.
Right.
Which is just ridiculous. So this is God's intervention, because enough is enough. And we as humanity just have to become aware of it and of who we are, because we were created in God's image.
Beautiful.
We just need to become aware of everything. And the moment we become aware who we are, which is so important, this moment, everything, you know, this will open up the gates to using frequency and energy, which is the solution. And this for itself will work wonders there, because there are countless wonderful experiences coming for everybody.
Right, right.
Things will become so beautiful and so wonderful and so exciting for everybody, just by discovering who we are and our potential, who we really are. It will be so exciting that nobody will be concerned about how long it takes to to reach a certain goal,
Mhm.
nobody will be concerned about it anymore.
Mhm.
Nobody will be excited by it.
I
Yes.
love that, Melina. What a wonderful contribution. That was really profound. Okay, I just want to share a little quick story that in relation to what you're talking about, which is how we can look forward to incredible things and miracles. I painted this painting of a fairy and a reindeer, and then I literally ran into the subject of the painting, the fairy that I just painted, and I just did an interview with her, and she looked exactly like the painting. She had the exact energy of the painting, and there's a reindeer in the painting, and she's mad about reindeers and has a reindeer in her room. So it's like I painted it, and then I brought it into the physical, and then she's in my lounge room with the painting. It was like unbelievable. So there's sort of exciting things that we can look forward to.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
The journey itself is so beautiful and fulfilling. And when you function from the soul, creation is infinite.
Amen.
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally.
Melina, darling, you're way up the mountain, my friend. You're really singing a beautiful song. That's wonderful to hear for all of us. So thank
She
you.
has a renaissance. I find her a renaissance soul because her paintings are very renaissance and just beautiful. Yeah.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Well, yeah, go on.
Perhaps we go now, Lou, to Dr. Alex. We'd love to hear from you, Alex. Please share with us your feelings about what you're feeling at the moment, because you're tapping into Indigenous communities around South America and also the water sources. And the water has, as we know, consciousness and is telling you its story right now, which is amazing. And so please share with us.
Yes. Let me first say that we are at a major change is going towards humanity. And that has been quite obvious for some years now. But this year is different. It's not only different because of the water, which is literally reaching out to us and trying to communicate with us again after thousands of years of silence. This is a major opportunity to reconnect to water, its consciousness, and also learn who we really are, what kind of gifts we have, and the incredible beings we are, which we have forgotten because we've been manipulated into believing that we are a civilization of dependent individuals, so which is surely and truly not the case. So by talking to the indigenous people and to the water jointly, I worked out that this bridging tool, which is the water, has literally the answer to everything. So by raising our frequency and working together with water, all waters are connected, every single water. If it is a river, a stream, a well, it doesn't really matter. We are connected on the earth and we are connected to the sky. So from this wisdom, we only have to really reconnect with the water, raise our frequency, and also water is a great communicator. You can put literally every message into water. It doesn't know by nature if it is good intention or bad intention. So that is up to us. And in the past, and I know that for sure because that's what I was researching in places like Megiddo, which is just in front of Israel. And we have, of course, at this point, this horrific crisis in that area. So, and there are water sources which have been manipulated thousands of years ago and some more recently by introducing energies beneficial to their kind of warmongering energy. So it's time really to break this pattern, and we can't break it physically, but what we can do is we can change it. And these kind of water sources are still flowing and contributing to these kind of plans which are still in place. But we are definitely on the winning side now because water has reached out now for over a year, and we have incredible water researchers who are connected to my work. And instead of just having little bubbles in different places, what we did is we forming a network so that everybody is pulling together. We forget about our ego. We just here to solve this problem and get reconnected so that we as humanity can move forward into a beautiful future. And that is exactly the reason why we're building this water network out of water guardians and ambassadors. So, which is going to happen on the 5th of November. And I'm going to talk to you after the show, MEDYHNE, and just give you some more information. But so we're doing this in connection with Sasha Stone as well. So we're going to use as many platforms as we can to spread the news globally. And so we have done it previously with the HUM project at the eclipse on the 8th of April this year. And we had 3 million people joining us, humming all over the world and spreading this incredible frequency and opening this beautiful portal. So we have endless possibilities if we just work together. And that's what we have to do.
Beautiful. Wow. Thank you.
Love it. Thank you. Thank you.
Fantastic.
Can we perhaps go now to our wonderful Elizabeth in Malaysia? Elizabeth, what would you like to share?
I'm really pleased to be able to have this chance to share that I recently joined a team of people from around the world who are working with people on the autism spectrum and neurodiverse people. And I've recently learned a whole new way of looking at this community. A lot of those who are nonverbal are actually communicating multidimensionally, and I have learned how to communicate with them multidimensionally so that they are wanting to bring pure love to the planet. There's more and more of these individuals in the world today, and they're creating a network around the planet that are bringing in light. And I really liked what Henrietta said about we have to really embody. A lot of these non-verbal individuals, when they are able to connect with us who are verbal and who are learning how to get into that multidimensional state, they spontaneously start speaking for the first time, and they are sharing with us amazing gifts that they have of physics that is revolutionary, engineering, architecture, all these different skills that they have that they've been kind of holding but not able to embody properly. And as this group of individuals that I've recently joined are helping them to embody so that they can bring through these new forms of energy, things like this. And this is how I believe they are wanting to help unify the planet. And so that's the exciting thing that I've just got onto recently. And my sound work, my vibrational work, is going to be working with their energy that they're bringing. So that's just a little taste.
Wow. I've got to say, Elizabeth, I've always thought that the autism, people that have autism, things like that, they're more fifth dimensional than three-dimensional. And so they don't actually function well in this denser reality. But once we get to the next, the fifth dimension, they will be sort of flourishing because that's more in line with their vibration and their energy. I've always thought that is, and that's exactly what you're saying, isn't it? Yeah.
Yes.
Perfect.
Yes. And it's like this multidimensional communication that they are actually been having with one another all around the planet. And now we're able to start communicating with them.
Right.
So they're connecting together on an energetic, on a soul level, you're saying, and working together. Right.
Excuse me. There's a project called the telepathy tapes.org that are interviewing families with these nonverbal children, and they're able to share through letterboards, and they're sharing how they're actually been communicating with one another, and that they're helping bring more light and pure love to the planet. They can't be inauthentic. They are just themselves. Right. They're totally authentic, and that's the energy that they're helping embody as well.
Yeah. Which is like Down syndrome as well. They bring pure unconditional love as well. The souls with Down syndrome as well.
Yes,
Yeah.
and that authenticity that you're touching on, Elizabeth, and this is what Alex is seeing in his work with the water, and Veda Austin, and so many others, that the vibration is just asserting itself or revealing itself, isn't it, around the planet right now for everyone that's sensitive and receptive to it. It's truly amazing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well,
And these
I'd love to
children,
go.
oh, sorry. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead, Elizabeth. Go ahead.
These children will only communicate with people who are coming from their heart. They're not interested in the inauthentic people, and they know how to spot who is really authentic and who's coming from their heart. Yeah. That's what
Elizabeth has a fascinating story that she shared in a book, which is that her child had, how would you say, I wouldn't even say disability in a sense, because in some areas they're more advanced. So these types of souls. So she had these teachings for you personally on for yourself as well, and now you're bringing this other study to the world. So I absolutely love that. What an incredible contribution. Thank you, Elizabeth. We'll hopefully get more chance to talk to you. I'd really love to go to SG Anon. He's such a busy man, and I want to acknowledge SG Anon, your amazing contribution to the planet. You have been a voice of reason and calm for so many people, and you have brought a sage like the Greek philosophers, the ancient philosophers, the way that you are so gracious and respectful and wise, with your words, and you've done a really empowering job for the collective, and it's a honor to have you here, SG Anon. So what we're talking about at the moment is what is happening currently at the moment with the energies, and also how we create divine government. So if you'd like to share, that would be wonderful. Thank you. Thank you.
Well, thank you for having me, and it is well appreciated, the invitation to come on the show and be amongst, minds such as your own, some of the finest minds out there. Looking at what we have fundamentally, I'd like to piggyback off of what the conversation just a moment ago was describing, and you were describing the fundamental difference between densities and the raising of the vibrational frequency and wavelength gradient relative to the mass population for all of mankind. What that produces is a change in the atomic and subatomic, or what you would call the quantum or the quartstum, I've heard another terminology used, level of reality, which is the building block. It is the fundamental basis. It is the foundation of everything. And we talk about spirit is the medium, is the enormity, the endless ocean of reality that we are all awash in, that we are all immersed in. That it is here for our symbiotic balance. We were created in balance with the earth, in balance with the garden. For those who are familiar with the old term, we were made in the image and likeness, and we were given regency over the earth. Adam named all of the flora and the fauna. So creating the divine earth, creating an earth, that is the nature of the journey here. That is the chosen angle, I guess, is the best way to say it, for everyone that's on this call and everyone that tunes into broadcasts like this. We've all seen those around us observe the exact same events and come away with decidedly and demonstrably different conclusions. Many of them are still what we would characterize as fast asleep. And yet those out there, like this broadcast and others, have been given a vision that is sort of described in the prophets of the Old Testament. Though they have eyes to see, they cannot. But that subtly implies that there are those who can, that have eyes to see, and that they do see, and that they acknowledge, and that they are willing to talk to the other person, that they're willing to spread the message of God. That's how we build the divine world together. We have to have agreement at a consciousness level first. Nothing else happens in the physical world, or rather nothing happens in the physical world before it first happens in the mental, emotional, and spiritual world. And that's the phase of the journey, excuse me, at a macro civilizational level that we are all still in, even to the present day.
Amen.
Well said. Yeah.
Right on.
And so what's your vision in terms of, I know you're such a political commentator at the moment for the current sort of situations, what's happening around the planet. But what's your vision for how we're going on the journey to get to divine government? Do you feel that it's far away? How is the collective measuring up at the moment in terms of your perspective?
Well, the pace of the journey itself is why it had to be this way. It's why it had to be event driven, and it's why there needed to be an organic awakening inside the hearts, minds, and souls of all of mankind, and especially those mankind population groups inside the Western world. You know, as we come into agreement at a civilizational level more and more, the pace of events, the gradient of change becomes exponential. It's not a linear change. If you add 2 or 3 or 4 more people to a group, you don't have 2 or 3 or 4 times more the power of the group. You have 10 or 15 or 40 or 50 times, depending on the gifts of those that are coming to the group. So, you know, your question is about pacing and timing. The sooner that we have a lion's majority of mankind in agreement on the baseline fundamental issues, the deep state, the presence of the Luciferian agenda, the co-opting of our institutions inside of the Western world and others, until we achieve that, we can't accomplish a great deal of rapid fire change at all. But once we do achieve that, and we're talking about a 60, maybe 70 to 75%, mass horizon, or excuse me, event horizon for that mass, critical mass is the word I'm looking for, awareness. Once we achieve that, the pace of events becomes exponential. What took 4 or 5 or 10 years to cause may take a year or less to fix. What took generations to cause may take only 1 generation to fix. The ability of people to come together in a unified group at scale, bringing their talents, their resources, and their connectedness to the living God, which fosters a confidence and a fearlessness. That is the name of the game when we talk about setting the pace. And as we set that pace more and more, I think you're going to see these events begin to accelerate much more publicly and much more overtly. And I would argue that we're already into that.
Yeah. Very good. Lovely. Well, thank you, SG. Pleasure to connect with you. Can we just keep moving on, and we'll come back to you if we have some more time? Is that all right, Medina?
Absolutely, and God bless you for having me. I am honored.
Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother.
I think SG Anon's only got 20 to 30 minutes too, so just keep that in mind as well.
Okay.
Got another, he's flat out with, I'm sure, with interviews around the world. So
sure,
thank you.
Absolutely. We're doing amazing. That this is even happening is miraculous, you know. Tina had no Wi-Fi, and my computer froze up about a half an hour ago. So, we know
Thank you,
God's
God.
with us. Yes. But Henrietta got up at the crack of dawn here in Australia. I promised to give her a break and let her come in. And then I want to hear from Brother Michael about his crossfire hurricane experience, you know. So, yeah, Henrietta, can we go to you?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, honey.
Oh, so yeah, thank you for all the sharing. It's just so beautiful to hear. Wow, like so many different aspects coming together that's so important right now. I feel to share that we are going through a collective resurrection right now, and we are becoming cosmic humans. So we are learning in a new way how to navigate our humanity in a completely new way. So this is what I'm talking about when I talk about sacred leadership and remembering our place within the cosmos, our interconnectedness with the earth and the cosmos, and then each other. It actually really starts on that individual level. So my journey has been about, I guess, resurrecting myself in my own life, in my own heart, and then building a new foundation. In my book, I talk about how I transitioned from an old life to a new one. I think we're all in that boat, or we've come through, or we're, beginning that journey at different stages. But that to me feels like the most important ingredient as we're moving very quickly towards divine government. It is an inside job. We do need to create that inner foundation through our connectedness with the earth and the cosmos, through our own hearts. And then we will be able to create together from that new foundation with authenticity, truth, love, and honesty. And like Elizabeth was saying about the autistic children on the spectrum, they are already telepathic. We already have these abilities, but it's like we need to be clear and clean and coming from that space of heart and love first before we can bring on the tools of our mind. So it's kind of the flip, isn't it? You know, like we look at the earth where we're at, the polar flip, the shift. We've got all this terminology of what's actually happening, the 26,000 year cycle. The sun at the moment, we've just reached solar maximum at the end of October, which is an 11-year cycle where the sun's poles flip. We are experiencing X-class solar flares every other day. This is impacting us on so many levels. It is changing our cellular structure. We are being helped by our sun, which is connected to our soul. And it is clearing out so many old programs and so much old density, and it is flying away. I mean, it's a big process to go through with the physical body. And so I feel like that also, this needs to be a priority within our beings before we can truly connect in that unified field. That has been my experience anyway. I've had lots of attempts to do it over the past 5 years when I first started Sacred Leadership, but everyone really needs to be ready. And sometimes we think we're ready. We think we can, you know, be that divine being, that cosmic human, and act in integrity in all areas of our lives. But when those opportunities come, sometimes we're not ready. Sometimes we have to fall again or practice or try to make those different choices in the moment. So look, we're all on a journey. I'm just so grateful to be here with you all. It's been a long journey for me, and I feel like this is really the foundation of coming together. This is the first time I've been on a group Zoom for a long time. I've been very focused on inner work and that inner foundation of my own life, my inner circle, my family, because I feel like that is the essence of, if we can get that right, our own backyards, then we can form groups and come together. I'm seeing formation of many groups of, I'm getting the number 13, but lots of different groups to deal with different aspects and themes that need to be dealt with, each with its own specific, you know, governmental issue that it's dealing with. Like I see many of these pods, I guess I would call it, of 13 scattered around, focused on each individual theme. So from that space, we can come together like this and really hone in and discuss and co-create in that way, and not coming from a space of, yeah, it's all love and light, because it's heavy too, you know, like we have to be grounded in this. Love is powerful, it's strong, it's not just love and light, you know, like it's really deep, and we have to be strong and we have to be authentic. And that's my message. Thank you.
I love that. Yeah, number 13 is the divine sacred feminine number 2, and I'm really thrilled that we have a really good balance of females and males here on the call today, because often on these types of things that we see, there's more of a predominance of the male energies. So it's so good to have, you know, a lot of women here giving their beautiful contributions. So that was incredible, Henrietta. You speak so well, and your words are really going to touch people's souls. So thank you. Is anyone, I know that there's people out there at the moment that are concerned, obviously, about the US election coming in a few days, which was one of the reasons why we put this together. Perhaps SG or someone, could you give us some words about what this actual US election means? Because we know it's a pivotal point planetarily. Would you like to contribute to that and maybe give some words of hope or inspiration to people that are feeling perhaps a bit hopeless with it all?
Bless you. Yeah, I want to hear from SG, and then we'll go to Michael if we can.
Okay, beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you.
Certainly. With respect to the election upcoming here in the United States, President Trump has described the day as the most important day in American history. He's described it as the most important election in American history. The day itself is certainly symbolic for those out there that have watched the movie V for Vendetta. Remember. So fundamentally, what we have, happening here in the United States is a powerful, powerful date. It's also an alignment, an astrological alignment that's beyond my pay grade to comment too much about, but I've been told that there's a new Pluto cycle that's essentially being activated during this particular Scorpio season that we're in right now, moving into the end of the 12-month zodiac. I believe it's Sagittarius, again, outside of my wheelhouse, but I've heard it and it seems very interesting and appropriate. Pluto is a 250-year planetary cycle, so those things don't come around very often. With respect to the election itself, geopolitically here in the United States, it is increasingly looking more and more and more as we come into that 1st of November. We're now 4 days out from the actual election day, that there is some sort of malfeasance or some sort of cheating that is already beginning. I've discussed with people a number of times on the audio files and in other broadcasts that there's a great deal to be gained by allowing your enemy to walk right into the gates. And indeed, we've been doing that since 2018, when President Trump authored Executive Order 13848 less than 2 months prior to the upcoming elections that happened that particular year. So this particular event that we have going on right now with the 5th of November, it's going to be a colossal event in all of the ways. I think you're going to see an absolute galactic level of cheating attempted. I think it's going to be overt on public display to the point where it's embarrassing and pathetic. I think that we're going to see a significant victory declared for President Trump as a result of the election, irrespective of this Leviathan level of cheating that I'm talking about. And from there, I think it's anybody's game. A very plausible scenario that I could see happening on the other side of that is achieving the state electors' ballot being cast in December, and then the federal government refusing to qualify, and certify the election in January. But that remains speculative at this time.
Okay. Thanks, brother. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
So, Michael, I'm going to give me 1 second here. That was brilliant, SG. Thank you. So I lost some friends in the hurricane in North Carolina, my buddy Dan Watson and his wife, Marina. And it's a month later now, and they still have not recovered their bodies. So that completely caught my attention. And Medina's and others as well here, of course, everybody. And, because we'd never seen a storm like this. It was like, 40 feet of water moving through people's towns and whatnot. But then we had Milton come, Michael, and here's your moment at last. So Michael stepped out of the cometh the hour, cometh the man, as the saying goes, Michael. Michael stepped out of my periphery and full center stage. And for the next several days, he was praying and organizing prayer circles and putting it out there and saying, we can do this, we can heal this, we can change this. And by God, Michael, didn't you do that very thing? And I love you for it. And I'm honored you're here, my friend. So take it away.
Well, first of all, thank you, Lou. I would have to say it wasn't just me, but it was we and all those that are on the call are bringing forth, I feel, a very powerful message together. And what I truly feel this message is about our divine sovereignty, an embodiment of what our true and natural virtues are. And what I feel this story in this moment helped show the world was, for the first time in a very long time, it was such a beautiful, heartfelt, conscious way where everyone dropped their beliefs, their political, their culture, their ways of seeing life, and we just came together as one heart. And that's what I feel this shift that's happening is moving into a heart-centered consciousness that I lead men once a month in a sacred divine masculine to really meet where we are right now in our collective, to see how can we individually within ourselves elect and vote what we choose to live, how we choose to be. Because again, my wife and I came back and we're right in the DC metropolitan area, and there's a lot of chaos going on. There's a lot of shift happening. And I really believe so within, so without. And so what this hurricane really showed, which many people thought I was crazy, a wackadoodle, they evacuate millions of people. And there was this moment where I felt divine faith came within, and that divine faith opened up the trust that we right now are at a tipping point. We right now are at an awakening of humanity, which many of you know that our art of manifestation, our art of embodying the divine laws and virtues are, to me, what
is the new divine government set forth, when we can see that we are walking and living diamond crystalline Christed beings of love that are here to shine our hearts, that is here to awaken others that may just be in that 3D fear-based consciousness. And again, the media, the elections, all of it is doing their thing. And I almost feel like it's a gift because they're triggering the catalyst of all the unawoken fears, all the unawoken areas of healing within us. And what was so amazing about this hurricane that was worldwide, it was the monster storm of the millennium. It was something that came forth in a targeted attack on a very powerful Stargate on Siesta Key right after that horrific hurricane in Asheville in Western North Carolina. So Lou, my apologies for that. If that could be a symbol of us as a humanity coming together, of letting our differences go, and for once really seeing what the power of divine love, not human love, but God's love, that love that we are made of, can come forward and really shine that in our highest and greatest expansion, then I believe what's going to happen the 5th and even afterwards is going to be a catalyst of this world shifting and changing. And it's such a deep gratitude that all of us are around the world right now, because I feel everything is energy right now. And the higher we raise our vibration and the more we elicit this divine quality of sovereignty within us, then we're going to start seeing shifts happen where that miraculous event in Florida becomes a miraculous event each day as we move forward in our divine alignment, claiming our sovereignty and really walking and talking through the power of love.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Thank you.
Wouldn't it be, it would be wonderful if we were able to create that level of divinity and love without having to go through these disasters. You know, if we get to a point where we're able to not have that polarity, that duality, but are able to get there just by our essence, by our being. And that is what I envisage divine government is as well. It's not any sort of crisis or negative polarity, but it's just a really positive. And I look forward to that happening on the planet.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, me too.
Absolutely, Medina. I mean, what I would like to do, thank you again, Michael. What I would like to do at some point here is just give us Patricia Codoroble's prayer for co-creating divine.
Could we perhaps just talk to Dr. NEOPHYTOS
Yes, not now.
Oh, sorry.
Yes, preview of coming attractions in a little bit is my
okay.
Yeah,
Excellent.
Yeah.
Lovely. Well, perhaps, yes, we'll talk to Dr. NEOPHYTOS. I'm not sure if timings wise, I want to make sure we fit everyone in first. But
we have, sorry, Medina, we have 35 minutes on my clock.
Oh, perfect.
Yes,
perfect.
and I appreciate everyone contributing and being patient and holding the space. Thank you so much.
Yeah. So Dr. NEOPHYTOS, I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong.
Neo. Don't go by Neo. Yeah.
Neo, yes, as in the Matrix. Would you like to share your thoughts? We'd love to hear your perspective.
Thank you, Medina.
Yeah, why not? During the pandemic, let's say, it was for me a university. I learned a lot of law, a lot of stuff in medical knowledge, and I start fighting government, but it wasn't that easy, and it wasn't what I needed to do. And I stepped back and observed, and I found that the only thing that we could teach people, teach humanity, is love, is forgiveness, to calm their minds, to teach them how to be healthy and wealthy. And that's all. And the government is ours. And I'm in that process.
Fantastic. So what's your process or at the moment of what you're doing in terms of your role, of what you've learned and how you're now putting that into practice for people listening?
Yeah. I put in practice what I taught right now. According to my specialty, my specialization is all the chronic and autoimmune diseases as a doctor.
Right.
So I combined this holistic approach with the personal development, spiritual development, and financial literacy. And I make a good, let's say, a blend, and I teach.
Fantastic. That's a wonderful example as we move forward into, this divine energies of combining all those things to help move forward humanity. So thank you. And is there anything else that you'd like to share before we move on in terms of your perspective on what you're seeing at the moment in the world?
Nothing else. Love and peace.
Okay, beautiful. Thank you. Lou, take it away.
Well, very good. I'd love to hear Anton, and my friend is here from Speakeasy, Marita. And Annie, while we come down the home stretch, thank you, Medina. This has been brilliant. Anton, would you like to share anything, or Beth?
Yeah, Beth, would you like to go first?
I think you're up, my friend.
Never mind. I'm up.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's interesting listening to all of you. Yeah, like a big part. Actually, it's been quite confronting for me actually listening, because I'm currently going through my Saturn return right now. So I'm 29 years old, and I feel like many of you you've been on this planet for a while, and you've really found your mission, and you found your roles and where you fit in, and some of you are channelers and mediums, and I know Lou gets messages from the divine. Yeah. And it's been just listening to all of you, it's been interesting for me to reflect on like what has been going on in my life. And for me, as I shared before, I had my first, I would call it, channeling experience in December of 2022. And apparently my ancestors came through, and they talked to me, and they said that they were going to come back later and start to bring some of my channeling, my psychic abilities online more. And they've come back a little bit once. And in the meantime, I've been just very dedicated to this thing, human design and gene keys. And that's where it seems like my downloads come in, my divine guidance. And yeah, I was thinking, I was like, okay, like, Lou invited me here, and I'm very thankful to be invited to this. And I think a lot of the gifts that I bring to the world and to this new sacred government, the human beings, I think is going to likely be coming in the coming years. And I have a feeling it will be something to do with, psychology, human design, understanding, and healing trauma. Because like right now, a big part of my Saturn returns is facing a lot of familial traumas. I'm living with my mother right now, and my brother's living with us. And my deepest wounds in my life is to do with my father and my brother, and feeling like my parents loved my brother more than me. And I was expelled twice, suspended like 25 times before I was in grade 5. So there's a lot of abandonment wounds and betrayal that I've been going through, and just healing that kind of stuff, and learning to love myself, really. And so I think like listening to a lot of you has been confronting, because I'm like, man, you guys have all these like wild like leadership roles, and you know what you're doing. And for me, it's like I feel like my role is just to heal. And it's also my belief that once I heal my wounds, my traumas, once I find that level of self-love, then it's like I will embody a level of relaxation where you can call it God, the divine, my soul, my higher self, inner self, can just send me these moment by moment, you can call them almost instructions, and I will follow them just naturally. And I think like a lot of this stuff about planning maybe some of these future governments or how the human race is going to operate in the future, like at this point, I see it like very simple. I see it as Neo said, just love, self-love. And once we love ourselves and we love each other, I think this sacred, this divine consciousness, this divine organizing intelligence will just naturally synchronistically bring us to where we need to be. And you know, even part of this is for me like learning that I don't need to plan what I'm going to speak. Because for me, I've been such a mental person that I've always relied on my mind to lead me and to strategize and to think about what I'm going to say. What is the intention? What is the message that I want to share? And for me, it really is just coming back to that element of relaxation and just not even knowing the next words that are going to be coming out of my mouth or what I'm going to be doing tomorrow. But really, it's just in every moment surrendering to what is this moment in need of me. And I think that if every human being on the planet does that, we can't make any mistakes. I think if every human being on the planet heals and then just trusts in themselves and the universe and each other, I think everything just works itself out. I think it's incredibly simple.
I love your contribution, Anton. You know, there's a lot of people out there listening. I totally get what you sound like a rebel who's a systems buster, which is great. and I think that you have spoken for a lot of people listening that, you know, it's divinely aligned timing. And I think that takes the pressure off people because they don't have to create, and it's meant to. You've made some really wonderful points there.
Yeah.
And, you know, we're all human. Nobody's perfect. We're all working on different things, and we may look like we've got it together, but we're always tested at different points. And it reminds me when you talked about your family, when you said, that reminds me of that very famous Ram Dass saying, you think you're enlightened, try spending a week with your family. So,
yeah.
I love that saying. So, you know, you've brought so many really good points into there that people will relate to, and your voice was very needed in this conversation. So thank you, Anton.
Thank you.
Thanks, brother. Beautiful, as always. And Mari or Mandy, would you like to say hi and share anything?
Sure. And there's Marie as well. After that, we'd love to hear from Marie too.
Very good.
Yeah, you know, I am here in the United States. So Tuesday is going to be very interesting. What I see as I sat with it, you know, this country is packed with people, and yet we only have two parties that really are given the opportunity to speak out. And what I see in each of them is that they are almost like that combination of the ego and truth, because when I look at each party, there's things that I like from one and things that are like, oh, no way. And same with the other one. So I think as we come up, no matter who wins on Tuesday, there's going to be people that are going to be very upset. But I think this is the right opportunity and the perfect timing for things to change and to bring up that level of how things need to change, and how the process needs to be upgraded and move into a higher plane. Very small example, when I voted early, and when I went to vote, just ask me, basic information. I didn't have to show an ID. A couple of 10 minutes away from me, and another voting center, they were asking for IDs. So there's not a consistency. So things need to change. They need to be upgraded. And I think this will be the time. I feel like with the energies that are coming into the planet right now, it is the time that hopefully the younger people will step up, and same in younger people stepping up and bringing in their great ideas into parties that are really gonna help humanity and bridge that gap of, you know, one here, one over there. For myself, what I keep putting out there is I really sit and I almost imagine it like when you're digging for gold, where you're sifting through it. And my prayer is that truth be revealed and love prevail as things move forward. Because I know there are great minds that have come into this planet that need to step up and help out. Because here in the US, as we help here, and then it's gonna ripple out into the world and help the collective. So that is my share.
Thank you, honey. Thank you. So glad you're here. Brilliant. And Mandy, we saved the best for last.
Oh, I could debate that, but anyway, we'll carry on. But for me, really, it's all about allowing. That's how I see it. Anton, I feel for you, honestly do. We all have that part of ourselves. Like, there's lots of healing that we have to do, and really tap into all the trauma that's kept us cycling around the same. And this lifetime, I think we all feel this. We came in with this innate, deep desire for freedom and freeing ourselves. But for me, it's never been about battling out there. It's always been about finding what I am battling within myself. And therefore that kept me going back into the same old. And once, you get so far in it and you start seeing a bit and feeling more of that freedom, and there's more light in your life and more love coming through, and we can actually be that love. And so with that, it's also about the allowing, and something, for me, I'm very conscious about manipulation, energy manipulation, and how if everything is in its perfect place and time, everything is divine. Whether we look at it as something that is, bad, we have all these judgments on it, and that it shouldn't be there, then, that I feel like we haven't got the right for that. We haven't got the right to manipulate it to make it the way we feel it should be. And so therefore there's this part of me, big part of me, all of me is about around the allowing, and knowing that if there's something there that needs shifting, then where is that in me? It's all reflection, and everything out there is mirroring. And I keep getting October being the real mirror, that the one in numerology, the way that I read it, is the one is about bringing more awareness to self, making self important to self, because that is the only way we're going to get to a universal oneness, and within ourselves, that is a collective. And so when we come into that place there, we become more aware of us and allow more giving to receiving and within. So therefore, in that zero of the one, the 10-month being October being the 10-month, is the zero was showing me as a mirror, and that this month was really going to be about what was being mirrored back to us. What are we mirroring out there? What is the reflection that's coming in? And for me, honestly, throughout my life now, I see reflection of the new world being birthed. We're in the architectural stages of that. And these next few years, particularly I feel next year, we're going to actually see that coming into form. You'll see it structurally coming into form. And I already see it. I see the men softening. I see the men really coming into their feminine and coming into that balance with their divine, and standing with the woman, You know, for many years, all my life, I've had to protect myself and my two girls from men, you know, and my name, Mandy, when I separate words up, often they separate up for me and I get these different meanings in them. And my name alone was MANDY. And I realized I needed to let the human character part of myself that creates all this disturbance and chaos through ego and righteousness come through and die, actually allow it to die, because there was not a trust in man for me. And that man, humanity, not man itself, but humanity. And I had all my trust in this creator God, the spirit, the great spirit we are. And that was never an issue. It was humanity for me. And I had to learn where that was within myself. Where am I not trusting self? You know, so there was a great deception that we have and we have been in. And now those veils are being lifted away from us and we're working through all those parts of ourselves that are reflected in the world that we see out there. So it's an important path that we're on, and we are all in that call. We feel it deeply. We've known it from birth, even though we might not have known it. We knew it. I knew it from birth. I was here, I was gung-ho, I just could not wait to get to this point in time where we were going to collectively shift consciously. And it's happening. I love it. I love it. I'm so excited about this time. I get really excited and passionate, and others are in their fear and they're going, what are you on? But it's that sustenance of life and the respect of actually being honored to be in this form, to be here at this time and with all of you amazing people and lights out there. Oh, I love it. Thank you so much for everything that you're all doing, because it's all adding into it, isn't it?
Thank you, Mandy. I really love how you have such strength to show your vulnerability. You know, that's a real gift. It's a skill. And I think people will really resonate with your words when we allow ourselves to open up and share our deep truths from a very vulnerable point like that. I think that's when we connect heart to heart. So thank you so much. That's really beautiful.
And we've got, amen, Mandy. We've got 13 people on the call at the moment as we come down the home stretch. Ioannides wants to get political on us again. Go ahead, brother. Throw it in. You want to say something, Ioannides?
Yes.
Yeah, carry on.
Okay, thank you very much. I want something to connect with Mandy about numerology. She said before. Before some days, we had the speech of Trump at Madison Square in New York. And did you saw something very spiritually there? First of all, Melania asked him to come to the States, and he pronounced him like president and as the commander-in-chief. If you notice that, it's very big, very huge about humanity. This, and when Trump came up to the microphone on the stage, what time it was? Did you notice the time?
13.
No. Medina is from here in Greece is 11 past 1 a.m. Three aces. You know, it's you cannot schedule that. It was amazing. It's about numerology, and I just want
it's codes. There's a lot of
that.
coding and communication through this coding.
Bless you.
I don't know how to achieve it. It was amazing. Yes.
We'll chew on that. Thank you, brother.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Man. No, that's lovely. Thank you. All right. Well, this has been just a dream come true. Medina, closing comments for you, my friend?
Well, if I could just share a prayer, that would be amazing.
Yes, please. I have one as well.
Thank you. Great. So again, just the most esteemed panel of guests, you know, just wonderful wayshowers. And I know you're all too humble probably. We really appreciate your beautiful souls and beautiful energy and everything you're doing for the planet. So thank you. And that's you too, Anton, as well. So because I know that you're feeling that perhaps you've got more things working with, but we all are. So we're on the same boat there. So I'd like to share this prayer for divine government. Dear divine spirit guides, ascended masters, archangels, angels, saints, and Mother Earth, Goddess Gaia, we love you, we honor you, we appreciate you. We ask you to surround us now and to surround the planet with love and the highest protection and empowerment. We ask you to surround the USA, the governmental systems, and the entire planet. And a shout out to the most wonderful Master Hawk, who would always do these healings with me, and he's in spirit now. He had a very special prayer that he always liked to share. I'd like to share on behalf of him. In the name of my almighty I am presence and angelic host, I command the healing and restoration of all divine government on this planet. I command the restoration and empowerment of truth, justice, divine leadership, and equality for all in divinely aligned ways. I command the invisible victory of light, and so it is done. And we ask everyone out there to connect to their heart energy, to connect to the quantum field, to connect to us in sacred intention at this time. And here's just a prayer I put together for divine governance. We call in Archangel Michael and his legions and Saint Germain's violet flame of transmutation and self-love to surround ourselves and to extend around the entire planet and all humanity. We ask to particularly intensify around the USA at this time of voting and political change and burn away anything that does not serve the highest good of all concerned. Take a moment to visualize this flame of transformation and transmutation, particularly around the USA. We ask for this flame to focus its energy on transmitting any nefarious or corrupt leadership or governmental practices that do not serve the highest good of the collective. Please start and continue sending the highest levels of protection and healing to all the sentient beings, to all souls impacted in any way by the situation around voting and political aspects in the USA. Please put a shield of impenetrable strength to guard and protect all souls at all times, as in divine alignment with the highest good of the divine plan. Bring in Archangel Michael's ring pass knot of God's first cause of perfection, which is an invincible circle of white lightning to surround ourselves and all souls with the intention for liberation of planet Earth from the dark, dysfunctional, or corrupt energies. Please transmute any cellular wounding or soul trauma within the collective as a result of all political systems and agendas that have not served the collective. We command an end to all artificial voting manipulation and ask to manifest what is only in divine alignment now. We invite the divine, the angelic realm, our galactic family, the Pleiadian team, the Pleiadian medical team to join us in this healing mission. We invite healing from all our animal friends and the elemental kingdom, including our beautiful dolphin and whale friends. We call in the elementals to transmute all energies that have nefarious intention for humanity, for government, and for life in general. In sending the deepest healing to everyone involved, we ask that any damage from dark government agendas be transmuted into the light now to the highest levels of healing for all concerned. We ask Archangel Michael and his legions and all the nurturing and healing Marys to surround the voting areas of the US, either throughout this time with the highest levels of love, light, and protection. We send a collective prayer and magnify the effects 1,000,000-fold. We ask that for all impacted by this voting event in any way to be filled with the most explosive energies of divine, unconditional love, peace, and light. This light is so profound and encompassing that all darkness must dissolve in its presence and divine governance must reign. I am so grateful. It is done, and so be it. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Beautiful.
Beautiful. That was incredible.
Beautiful. Let me give you, that was gorgeous. Let me just give you Patricia's, the end of her divine governance here as well. Not to take anything from what you just shared, which is perfect, but just to add my part here as well. I am presence, and I am one with my Father, Mother, God. I am also one with the I am presence of every man, woman, and child on earth, the entire company of heaven, the elemental kingdom, and Gaia Mother Earth. I am the open door that no one can shut. I am the light of the world. I am the resurrection and the life of the patterns of perfection for divine government. Through my I am presence, the I am presence of all humanity, the entire company of heaven, and my Father, Mother God, I now command. I am assimilating the matrix and archetypes for the brand new fifth dimensional patterns of divine government, now pulsating in the realms of cause. Through the unified efforts of heaven and earth, divine government is now being co-created and sustained, breath by breath, through the divine grace of my Father, Mother God. Victory is ours in love, governing this planet. Victory is ours in love, governing this planet. Victory is ours in love, governing this planet. Let the love of God be manifest in, through, and around all of the governments of the world, now and forever. And so it is, beloved, I am that I am. Amen.
So beautiful. Well, this seems like a good place to finish. I'm just wondering if there's anyone that would like to share any final thoughts before we finish today. Henrietta, please go ahead.
Hi there. Yes, I just feel to share this channeled message that I received a year ago now by a woman named Anne. And it speaks to my story and journey, but it actually speaks to our story collectively. So I felt to share these few words.
Beautiful.
You chose the journey you have traversed in this lifetime with a very specific goal: to reconnect, reignite, and recapture the greatest love and bring it to life once again. To be witnessed by those who have been bled dry of it and who crave it with every breath. Angels weep at your courage and conviction.
Beautiful.
Reminds us how powerful we are. Thank you. Thank you. And perhaps to finish, Alex, would you like to share anything as well?
Yes, I would just like to invite everybody to take part in this beautiful network which we are creating to help this planet and to create all the beautiful water guardians, and to then be able also to raise this incredible frequency on this planet, which is already happening. So, but we just need the support of everybody to be a part of it. And so this is just my kind of message and my plea to invite everybody to do so.
Thank you.
I've got to share that while you're talking, I'm hearing all these horns in the background of these trucks going through, because there's this giant convoy for raising funds for children with cancer going through our town. And they're all honking their horns and driving through together just as you're speaking. So, I thought that's an amazing symbolism right there.
Yes. So the network, just to remind everybody, it will be opening on the 5th. So if you go to our website, which is the AQUAN website, aquan.co.uk, you will find all the details. And it would be amazing if we can establish an incredible network to all work together. It's not just about water, it's about everything and anything which has to do with our future in connection with this planet.
Beautiful.
And people can contact me too if I don't know where to go, and I can put them in the right direction.
Yes, please.
That's fantastic. Thank you, Alex. I look forward to doing what I can to support everything that you're doing. You're doing an incredible job. Would anyone else, Elizabeth or Giannis or Melina, anyone else, or Mandy, anyone would like to share?
Yeah, can I say something?
Sure.
Sure, absolutely.
I just want to add that everything's so simple. Like Anton said, we have forgotten simplicity. Let's just become the light and reflect the light. And the reflection will create other reflections.
Beautiful.
Yes. Perfect. Lovely. Elizabeth, would you like to share anything to finish?
Just, yes, reiterating what everyone said, it's about love, pure love. And that is more powerful than all the nefarious things that are going on. And so it's wonderful to connect with other like-minded people. So thanks all, everyone.
Absolutely. Can I just say the quote from Abraham Hicks, who says, "One person aligned to source is more powerful than a million people who are not." And what I'm inspired to offer here with my dear friend MEDYHNE is maybe we keep this going at this time for the month of November would be my suggestion here. If that suits everyone, I'd be thrilled to keep this energy building. This has been one of the most exciting events of my life, my friends, no kidding, and for real. So I'm just lit up like Christmas over here. And I can't wait to see what happens next. And Alex, I've followed you for years. You're just a hero, and I'm just thrilled to support your work and be a part of what you're doing. And I know that's true for everyone here, for all of us. Everyone has paid the price to be sitting in this circle, and we've earned the right to offer some hope to this world. And that's a huge privilege. And I know this is going to be seen and shared by a lot of people here tonight. And I just want to, MEDYHNE, thank you, sweetheart, and Henrietta and everyone here, all my dear friends, Mandy and Anton. Wonderful to be here with you, and my new buddy, Michael, the Hurricane Man.
That's so beautiful. Thank you, Lou. A big shout out to you as well for everything that you do and your beautiful soul. And you know, we love you, and everyone here. So much love to you all. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And please, everyone, share this video, because I think it brings a beautiful energy, a beautiful message at this time, and it can touch, I think, a lot of souls. So thank you, everyone. And may love rule. And let's head towards divine government. Thank you.
Peace and blessings. We'll meet again. God bless you all. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Happy November. Here we go.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thanks.
Thanks, everyone. God bless you. Peace.
Thank you.